Can you hear me? Are the Quakers in the hall? Yes. Are you really there? Yes. Where will hear you? Yes. Well, thank you so much. I have a few remarks that I'll make, not too long, because I would not want to eat too much into your time, bearing in mind you have a lot of things to cover in the next few days. But first, let me make the following statement. To Dr. John Mohanji, Director of Friends United Meeting Africa Section, the Vice Chancellor of Kabla University, Professor Henry Kiption Kiplagat, religious leaders present, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and more precisely, fellow Quakers. Before I make some statement, let me acknowledge one thing. On your behalf, but I know you will also say it, let me take this moment to thank the Vice Chancellor of Kabla University for hosting us in his institution. We are deeply touched, we are honored, and a lot of the Kenyans here know that we are here courtesy of the vision of one famous Kenyan in the name of Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. It is his vision and his commitment to education that bore fruit to this very institution that is now a source of pride for the people of Kenya. We really salute you, Professor, for keeping the flag up there, and we shall make more trips to honor your good work. So God bless you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor, both as a Quaker and representing the government of Kenya, to heartily welcome the World Quaker Congregation to Africa, and particularly Kenya. It is our pride that Quakers in Kenya and Kenya as a country are host to the first ever World Congregation of Quakers. This conference is truly a landmark event for Africa, particularly its pledge theme, Come, Abide, and Go. The theme is daring Quakers to reach out because we believe Christ is calling unto us to come, abide, by his teachings, and then go on missions. It is invariably daring Quakers in Africa to take responsibility of ministering the Quaker foundations of peace, humility, and integrity. Peace, because Africa is grappling with myriad, violent economic and political conflicts. It is a continent awash with mercenaries, fighting proxy international wars that need the intervention by the Church of Friends. You must have heard of the Russian Wagner militia struggling over Africa's natural resources. We also know what is happening in Sudan, and we also know what is happening around our borders. After peace, let me pick on humility. Humility because leaders in Africa need humility in large doses, especially when leaders refuse to leave power, when their terms expire, or refuse to accept defeat after democratic elections. I think our good lady who gave a report to the IBC must have a story to tell when you will engage her. Let me come to the third item, integrity. I pick on integrity because it is mainly in Africa where integrity is a choice. This is when corruption is embedded as a virtue in governance rather than a plague to be vanquished. My fellow Quakers, by commissioning Quaker activities in Africa, I look forward to an enhanced alternative to violence program for Africa that will replicate the Ramallah Friends School Center in Palestine and establish Quaker universities for peace studies in the manner found in the USA and Canada. This development will complement local Quaker peace efforts. In Kenya, the Quaker fraternity was at the forefront of counseling and resettlement of displaced Kenyans following the post-election violence of 2007, 2008, and earlier skirmishes in the Mount Elgon area. And perhaps with some measure of humility, I was deeply involved in restoring peace with Kofi Annan, Mkapa, Gracia Machel, when Kenya was in turmoil. In the meantime, it is gratifying that the Quaker Church in Kenya is working on a peace curriculum to be integrated in the national education curriculum. This is the way to go in influencing national discourse now and for posterity. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki. But before I sit, let me just highlight one or two things that I hope you can engage